Murdoch's left-wing politics alarmed his father, as did his other extracurricular hobby, gambling. Sir Keith asked Rowan Rivett, his London-based correspondent, to keep a watchful eye on his errant son. They became close friends.
Rupert would really gamble. Dad was meant to somehow talk to him about this, but Rupert thought he was a gambler and he was going to do what he wanted to do, and there's nothing he could do about it.
But in 1952, Murdoch's carefree Oxford days were interrupted by the sudden death of his father. Sir Keith had spent his lifetime building the Herald and Weekly Times Group empire, but he didn't own any of it. He left his son one asset, a small, struggling newspaper, the Adelaide News.
The Adelaide News was on its knees, and he felt he'd almost been handed a poisoned chalice. And I think that's one of the things that made him so determined, that the estate had given him the least valuable newspaper, and he had to fight his way up from that inauspicious beginning.
Before he died, Sir Keith had appointed Murdoch's close friend from his Oxford days, Rowan Rivett, as editor of the paper.
In the early years, I think it was good, the relationship, but it got more tense as Rupert took more control, and Rupert took control in a phenomenally overwhelming way. And then the big crunch came, of course, with the Stewart case.
Max Stewart, an Aboriginal man, had been sentenced to death for murdering a 9-year-old white girl. Rivett, initially backed by Murdoch, campaigned heavily against Stewart's death sentence, and Rivett made a scathing attack on the judge's handling of the case. The South Australian Premier described the coverage as libellous and took Rivett and Murdoch to court.
Both Rupert and Rowan were accused of contempt of court or even sedition, and this case went on for some time.
The charges against Murdoch and Rivett were dropped. Stewart's sentence was commuted to life imprisonment. Having achieved their aim, Murdoch told Rivett to back off, but Rivett continued to attack the government in the news.